The entrepreneurship journey is a crazy one. A lot of people think that starting a business or being an entrepreneur, anyone who does it's just out to get money. The spiritual community in particular loves to think this because it demonizes anyone who's out there trying to build something and, dare I say, makes it passable to just say, well, we're just going to let things play out as they do, right? But for the entrepreneur, mindset is everything. If you don't know about the entrepreneur named Alex Hormozy, he's a really good entrepreneur. He's big on mindset. And honestly, anyone I know that's an entrepreneur is huge on mindset. Especially people who work online, especially people who are in the information businesses, especially people who are building more than mom and pop shops. And it's such a game changer because, like, no matter what you do, as you're trying to grow, you're pushing through ceilings. And you just have to get comfortable with things in what you might formerly call just sucking. So what do I mean by that? I mean that, look, as an entrepreneur who's always wanting to grow, right? Because you've got a mission, you've got something you're working on. You've got, a bunch of mosquitoes, flies or something on my legs. But as an entrepreneur, you've got a mission that you're working on. You've got a vision you're trying to manifest, that you are manifesting. You've got goals, you've got actions to do. And one thing I was watching last night on YouTube, I learned from Alex Hormozy, was fascinating. He said that poor people think that time is abundant and money is scarce. And rich people think that money is abundant and time is scarce. So it's very easy and tempting to say, well, of course rich people think money is abundant. That's because they're rich. But that's not how you get rich. You see, there is not a dollar made in the material world that's not already made in your mind. There's not a dollar lost in the material world that's not already lost in your mind. And it just comes down to a lot of beliefs. You have to believe that what you see in front of you is not the definitive reality. You have to believe that your beliefs alone can influence reality around you. You have to believe that having just that little bit of encouragement is going to be changing your direction and your path. The squirrels are going crazy today. You have to believe that even though right now things seem hard, that you might not know the way, that there is an intelligence within you. Just walked into another big spider's web. Trying to do this like all super chill and organic and just, be real, and that includes walking through spider webs. But you have to believe that the divine within you is capable of revealing new information, new paths, new opportunities, new outcomes. And once you get to that level of belief that everything comes from within, then you're in a game-changing place. And I just wanted to share a little bit, like right now, my life feels quite challenging. I've got this, my wife's been sick for the past several weeks. We don't know what it is. She's got a lot of pain and a lot of fatigue. And this was like immediately after I got dengue and I was in the hospital. And so I basically came back, and within a few days, my wife gets sick with something else, which isn't dengue. As far as we know, we got it tested. And these guys are so loud. So, like she's basically been bedridden, and I've already taken a little bit of time off my business due to dengue. I literally just slept for days and didn't eat. And then, yeah, I come back home, she gets sick. Now I have to watch our son and basically entertain him all day. I try to work on the computer and he's tugging at my shirt, wanting to sit on my lap, trying to play with the plug, wants to pull everything off the table. It's hard for me to go to the gym because then my wife's at home with our son and I can't just leave him in the crib for hours. And he's not big enough to play by himself safely yet. So trying to balance my physical strength and my training, my asana practice. I'm trying to balance doing actions for my clients. I'm trying to balance continuing to grow my business and serving the students that I have in my course. I'm trying to stay connected with my coach. And then I also have to maintain the house, cook the food. I'll admit I'm not that good of a cook. I can't do very much in the kitchen, but it's just then the kitchen's a mess and there's dishes everywhere, and my son needs to eat a lot, then my wife needs to eat, then I need to eat, and then I got to go out and get all these groceries. I got to go to the pharmacy. I got to go to clinics and stuff. Right now, things are very challenging for us. We're in a foreign land. I will admit, when I was sick especially, there was a few extra Persians around, and the support from the Persian community at a moment's notice was absolutely heart-touching. There was a few people who came to stay with me in the hospital, and other people cooked, and other people babysat our son, and others were just at the house to help with Sarvanaz. But now that has paused a little because a few people have moved away. Others are unable to provide as much support. Some are still doing it, so we're very grateful to those people. But essentially, we're in a foreign country and we're under stress, waiting for some documents to arrive. Maybe by the time this goes out, they will have, I don't know. And we're just here far away from both of our families. We've both been sick recently. Still working on building my business and getting myself more established. But just dealing with this all at the same time while somewhere far away, it's just constant growth, constantly working on the spiritual, constantly working on the health, constantly working on the business, constantly managing the money, constantly dealing with all this legal stuff. And you just get to a point where you're like, FML, need a freaking break. Can we have a week or two without a bunch of drama? And the mindset just comes down to, it's very easy, it's very tempting to want to break down, to want to throw your hands up, say F this, and just give up. But that's not how we've come this far. That's not how we're going to get to where we want to go. That's not how I'm going to let things play out, because I do not accept this as our reality. It's just a stage that we're passing through, and it's a learning curve. It's ultimately a test. It's a test because, we say we want more. We want a new place that more matches our living standards and quality. We want to be near our family. We want to be earning a certain amount. We want to be doing certain things that are beyond what we would typically do in the past. And that requires a lot of growth, a lot of development to handle all of that. I have to say, I've been learning recently, for wealth in particular, you need to learn how to be wealthy, how to manage wealth, how to generate cash, how to record it, how to manage it, how to spend it, how to invest it, how to manage having that wealth when other people around you are clearly not in the same financial state. mentally or on paper. And it's a process. You deal with a lot of emotions. You deal with a lot of parental conditioning, societal conditioning that comes up. And it's just a lot. But this morning I was journaling and I was saying, like, I just got to focus on what I'm grateful for. I got to focus on the fact that this is just a reflection of my internal state. And while recently I've been very frustrated, very annoyed, very exhausted, and for me, I need a lot of alone time, which I'm not getting. And it's partly because I'm not taking it, I'm waiting for it and giving in to others. So that's something I got to work on. But this journey of entrepreneurship, it's a crazy one. Employees have their own wild journey dealing with colleagues and management and company direction and all of that. But as an entrepreneur, you got your own set of issues that you're working on. And I just wanted to make this video as a reminder, you can create your own reality. If you asked me 2 years ago if I'd be running a business like I am now, I'd say I'm well over 100 automations. I've got a coach on board. I've got an admin. I've got a team of professionals who are working with me. I've got systems that run. I can literally take time off and not have it disrupt everything. I never thought I'd have that so quickly, but it's here. So why not? Why can't I have all the things that I see now as things I'm manifesting? I can receive them. I do receive them. And I am grateful to receive them. So I just wanted to share, mindset is everything because it comes from within. And whatever you believe, that's what you're going to see in the world around you. Don't wait to see it. Look and say, you know what? What do I see? Find out what you see and then say, these are my beliefs based on what you see. Because the external is purely a reflection of the internal. That's it, nothing more. If you want to change that, you got to change it internally before you see it externally. You can do meditation, you can do journaling, you can do pranayama, you can do yoga, you can do weightlifting, you can do affirmations, you can do NLP. There's lots of different ways to achieve the same outcome. You'll probably need a couple, work at it, and give it a go. But at some point, you just got to decide in your head, in your mind's eye, in the words you say to yourself, that enough's enough, and it's time that the universe and reality reflect the positive internal state that you are. I'll see you in the next video.